They wouldn't let you do it.
They didn't want
Anchored, have
styrofoam
you ever
cups in
tried-
the school.
Anchor it. Have you ever tried it on these?
Yeah.
I have, and they do work, but it's not as easy.
Yeah.
They're not as easy
At
to
the end,
take
you
off.
tear the cup off, actually.
So it's only on for a
They're
bit.
squishier.
But I have tried with
Because they're not
those.
as strong?
Well, you try with a
Okay, but is
thing.
it because it's not as strong as the styrofoam?
Well,
Because
it's
you have to
harder to
rip
make
it
the
off.
holes.
It's
You have
not
to
as-
rip it off. And then you have to pull it off.
Yeah, and you have to pull it off.
Yeah.
And they can do that with their little hands.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can pull it off
It's
easily.
styrofoam, yeah.
The egg cartons were a bit of, they all got
You
wet.
can recycle the styrofoam.
Anyway, I had to do that.
Into
because
more-
now to do this, I usually use an awl, and I'll show you my little plan. If you're sort of paranoid about this, you can use a pencil to start with. But because you're making basically 12 holes.
Yeah.
And so I start off here,
Yeah.
and this is one, and then I'm going to go one opposite one,
Yeah.
which is like that's two,
Why not go all the way out?
and then I go there, and I make four.
Why
And
wouldn't you go all the way through so we know they're iron?
I don't know. You do it whichever way you
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I just do it this way.
Do you do it for the
Because
kids,
sometimes
Anchored, or
it
do
doesn't
they
go
do
straight
that?
No, I
through.
do.
Sometimes
I
it
find
goes
if I
kitty
do it,
corner.
if the kids do it, things get terribly complicated.
We
Yeah.
know that
And I
from-
don't really like them all
Yeah, because
having
it could stab
coatings.
their knee or
Yeah.
something.
So now I've got 4 holes,
Yeah.
and then I just fill in between.
Yeah.
This is just how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they're a bit funny, and I don't worry too much because it doesn't have to be perfect.
Do you do it before you go over?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
They all get bumbles, but they all get a cup that's been
Already done?
Yeah. And this, actually, I think I've gone wrong here. Why did I go wrong? Anyway,
That's okay.
I've got one up here. I don't know why I got
Well, you
one.
can make
I
12,
made
though.
that
You
one
can
up
make
there.
12 if you want.
Well, no, you can't make 12
Okay.
because then you have another one. It's easier to have 11.
11, yeah.
Oh, 11, okay.
Yeah. So I've got 1, 2. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. Let's do 3.
Oh, I brought glasses. You want?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That one shouldn't be there. 11. I seem to have got one up. Perhaps I poked it from the other end. Anyway, I mean it's not crucial.
These are just cheap reading
No, it's
glasses. I don't know if they'll help you. Okay.
So, but if you make a boob, you just squish it up, put it in the garbage, and stick it on.
Recycle.
And sometimes they make mistakes too, and it breaks. You just give them a
Because they're holding it so tight.
So I usually have a few spare hanging around.
I think it comes from slicing pie at 12.
I think so.
Anyway, and I just find that it's easier if I do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I like the class to move as a group.
Right.
And if you have somebody spending hours making holes in a styrofoam cup, somebody else is ready to,
Finish their weaving.
Right.
Right.
So, it's not a particularly difficult thing to do. So I usually bring knitting needle. I usually have a knitting needle or I have an awl. An awl is very useful when you get to the end because sometimes you want to make a hole. And I have this funny toothpick that somebody gave me once, and I have an awl. But this is quite useful when we get to the end and we're poking the stakes in. It doesn't hurt to have an awl. It's very dangerous, so I keep that well hidden with the clippers.
You can't sit on it.
I know. Well, it's the boys who are so bad with the
Of
clippers.
course.
They love it. They go
Yeah.
and cut little bits up.
They want to take it home with them.
So I suggest we all we all do our holes,
Okay.
and I can help you cut some of those up, and then we'll get our 5 long ones, and then we'll get our 1 short one.
Okay.
And so we'll all end up with something that looks like this, a spider. And we won't walk by and not strike anybody in the eye.
Okay.
So,
Does it matter where, as far as how close to the bottom or anything? Like,
well, I find it's a little bit stronger just up there,
yeah, not right.
but I don't think there's a science. Yeah.
So what it was that, an inch? Is that what you just showed?
Just by the
No,
crease
just
there.
above-
There's a crease.
Okay, so a centimeter.
Yeah, just above there. I mean, it's not exactly an exact science. And, things do collapse and you have another one. So here we are. Here's some things you can use. And perhaps, Marilyn, you and I can just cut those. Here are some holy things. You can stick some holy things. And here's some cups. You might want to do a couple. Where are these cups? Do a couple. Oh.
Real weapon.
I know they are weapons, so you can understand why I don't let them loose.
No, those are called stakes, right?
Yeah.
Those are stakes that you put through the cup.